Hi, I'm Nicole.
And I'm Maddie, and we're here to share a Passion Time project with you. Our question is, why do some animals have aggression and why? So,
We have our first animal, which is Shamu, which is like a killer whale.
and some
Shamu, you know as the
killer
whale
whales or orcas,
in captivity at SeaWorld.
that's usually where you find them besides in the wild. But anyways, other animals we'll be sharing with you today are hippo, bear, rhino, and elephant.
And we'll get to those posters later in the video.
Okay, but let's start with our Shamu first. So, in the wild, these animals are not a threat to humans. If you go up to a human, they'll probably say, "No, I don't think of these whales as a threat." And there's really been less attacks than I thought. There's only been really a few attacks documented with these animals, and only one of them has been fatal. And for you guys who don't know what fatal means, it means deadly.
So this particular whale named Tilikum, who is known as Shamu, he was taken away from his family when he was only 2 years old, and he was held in captivity at a
aquarium in like Europe or something like that.
And he had to perform 7 days a week, a show every hour, 7 days a week, and he had to share like a tank, which is really small. So like a bathtub to us is really small. Well, that's how the tanks feel with them, and he had to share that with 2 other older whales, so they took up much more space than he did, and he didn't really have a break during the day, so night would be his break. Well, no, because the older whales would beat him up because he was so small, and he was only 2.
So this aquarium then closed, and SeaWorld saw. Oh yeah.
So before we get to the SeaWorld thing, he wasn't fed properly, and their training technique was to feed the whale if he did the move right. If he did the move wrong, he didn't get any food. He had to do the move right to get the food.
And he was so small that he was just learning and didn't really know all of these moves.
And he didn't understand the words as
so
much.
He got withheld food from him. But
he would see all these whales eating, enjoying their day, learning new tricks, and he was just being forced to do a move he didn't do and failing every time.
Okay, but then now let's get to the SeaWorld part. So this aquarium finally closed. So SeaWorld saw that Tilikum was the biggest whale on the market. So Tilikum is 12,500 pounds and 22 feet. He is the biggest whale in captivity to this day. And yes, he still does live. Interesting fact, me and Nicole went to Florida for a vacation and visited that SeaWorld. During the Shamu show, he performed in it. We didn't think he was dead.
We thought he was like a goner.
But our parents were talking about how he actually killed
3
someone.
People. Killed caused 3 attacks and
3 people in 30 years. And they were talking about how the recent one was just 4 years ago at this SeaWorld. So then we got really interested in it. So that was part of the reason we chose Shamu, because we wanted to learn a little about him and other Shamus. SeaWorld bought him, so now they use him to perform too. So it's not much different than his other aquarium.
Another fact is we were the one who caused him to get all these attacks because he was treated so poorly. He thought, "Oh, I don't like how I'm treated. They need payback. I'm gonna treat them the way they treated me."
So if you're thinking, "Oh, he has mental problems. He's just like that." No, what if you were torn away from your family at 2? You barely got any food when you were young. You didn't have your parents there to teach you how to do anything. And you, now the largest whale in captivity. And even for the other whales, those tanks are so small. Imagine what he feels like now.
Another fact about all whales in captivity, their tanks are small. They get sunburned all the time.
Because their tanks are only like 40 feet deep.
Yeah, and their trainers like, "Oh, we don't have time to fix their sunburn. We have all this other stuff to worry about."
And that's
just not right. They just cover them with black oil.
That's not always the case, but we read something that some SeaWorlds are
Yeah,
like
but that's
that.
not always the case. But that's usually what happens.
Okay, now let's move on
To our
hippo. So our hippo, interesting fact, is a vegetarian, but somehow kills like
more
humans
a year than
any other animal.
So hippos will only kill for like defense purposes. So like if they kill, like it won't be because they just want to kill you. It's because they are worried that maybe you're gonna hurt their young. You're gonna hurt them. You're gonna try to take their tusks or not tusks. Or skin or whatever.
But anyways, they also will get aggressive if they are hungry. They eat
or
their
there's
food.
loss of water.
They control the night. They go out and eat at night. They're literally in the water all day long, and they go out to eat at night so they can get hungry during the day. So they will charge at boats if they're coming too close to their cubs, or if they're really hungry and unpleasant that day. And I would be a little scared if a hippo came charging at me because they can
charge
18 to 30 miles an hour.
And that's really fast for a large animal like them.
Yeah, so I find it really interesting. And don't always think that if animals look cute or look oversized or something
like
that they can't be deadly, because this is actually the hippo is considered one of the most deadliest animals.
Okay, next is the bear.
So, our bears attack more opposite of the shamu. They attack more in the wild than in captivity.
Because they aren't usually in captivity as much as whales are.
They usually are in zoos and stuff.
But not as much as whales because they're like
that certain kind of whale.
Yeah.
But let's see. So their territory can get threatened a lot. Like if you're in Colorado or something and like hiking in the woods, or like you're just walking and hiking, you could see one and you could surprise one and they will definitely attack then. Mm-hmm. They can think, oh, you're too close to my territory.
Or, oh, you're going to hurt my child, or
cub.
You're going to hurt, I'm getting these mixed up. You're going to hurt my cub. I'm not letting that happen. I'm going to protect my family.
But usually these bears won't attack if there's 6 or more people. Lots of these attacks happen with usually 1, 2, 3 people, but
because they're usually going to get like their skin, their claws, or whatever.
But anyways, so there's not many attacks that happen with 6 people or less, and attack may mean bears run after you in large groups, but there's never going to be anything that happens where attack means like literally the bear wants to come at you and like fight, like say, hey, come over here, we're ready for a fight. So right, now on to our rhino. Okay, so our rhinos, there's different kind of rhinos. So we just focused on the overall rhinos.
And there are a few facts on there about like black and white rhinos. But there are 5 species of different rhinos. There's black, white, Indian, and 2 others. 2 others, I can't remember.
But anyways, our rhinos, out of all of the species, our black rhinos are the most aggressive. But main reasons why rhinos can be aggressive is because I never knew this before, but they have really bad eyesight. So, like, if you need to wear glasses or something, it's like the same exact thing. Rhinos can't see clearly.
Rhinos are aggressive, so, like, if they see something moving, like, and they think they're going to come towards you and, like, hurt you, they're going to go for you because they
don't know what you are. And some rhinos
just, like,
will attack.
Big blur.
Yeah, but some rhinos will attack humans, but then they'll attack other rhinos and animals, too. So, like, the bear and like hippo, they'll eat their prey. But rhinos have aggression towards like other rhinos. If you ever see them fighting with their horns, sometimes they can be playing, sometimes they can actually be fighting. So it like they have aggression towards a little bit of humans and a little bit of animals.
Another fact is that male rhinos are usually more aggressive than any other rhino.
And then again, they'll attack if their calves are threatened, like every other animal we've basically learned about now. So now we're going to move on to our last one, the elephant.
Elephants in India, they kill 200 people a year, but mostly that big number comes from killing villages. They kill villages of people in India, but this is like just in India right now because
it may not be like every year that they kill like villages, but elephants can. They've been known to kill entire villages, so some of these numbers come from killing like entire villages. So
some elephants have aggression because the hunters kill the older elephants because they want their full-grown tusks. I got it right this time. Their full-grown tusks and their skin. So if they are killed, they don't have a leader of the group. So the young teenager people have to lead the group, and they aren't as experienced as the older ones were. So they have to decide everything. They have to train. They have to do everything that the older one would do. Just they're in a younger version.
Okay, so females usually tend to be more aggressive. Some reasons are because of their calves, but also because some female elephants don't have tusks. So they feel insecure about themselves. So they feel that they need to prove to themselves that they are better.
They're just as strong.
They're
as
just as strong
else.
and everything. So they'll have more aggression because of feeling insecurity.
Another fact is, all elephants become more aggressive if they're sick or injured.
And it doesn't happen like all the time, but like at least 90% or more of the time that will be true. So
those are all of our animals today.
So thanks for watching. If you want to know more about other animals who have aggression, there are plenty more
to learn about.
So I hope you liked our
Enjoy the
topic
video.
and hope you want to learn more on your own. Thanks.
Bye.